beginning of May, I decided that I was going to go to Bulgaria on a missions trip. That was going to be later in June. I'd gone to this camp called EMT, which stands for Evangelistic Missions Training. I'd gone there the year before, but I did not go on a mission trip through that program. And this year they were doing a lot of Europe trips, and I really felt that I was supposed to go. And I finally made this selection of Bulgaria and started moving into the fundraising processes of raising the money, which was hard because it cost a lot of money to go overseas with a missions trip. Another thing that happened in May is I got to go to the prom that I had been asked to. I really went all out. It was really fun. I got dolled up for the first time in a really long time.
She looked like a completely different person. It was insane.
You'll probably see pictures around here as well of me with my friend Justin.
Emphasize the friend.
Emphasize the friend. We'll probably have a couple video clips here too to show you about how it was. It was really awesome. It was nothing that it was more than I expected it to be. Another thing that happened in May that kind of shook our family a lot was the loss of my Uncle Bob, who died suddenly from a heart attack. It really shook our family a lot. And it was kind of hard because the day after my prom, I had to come home and I had to change into my black dress for a funeral. I don't like funerals. So it was really hard for me to go through, especially because it was one of my family members that I had some memories with. And he was a really great person who touched a lot of people. A half good and a half bad month, to say the least. 'Cause yeah, that was my May in 2016.
Moving into June, I finished school and I was so happy to be done because I got my evaluate. Like as a homeschooler, you if you're not completely cyber schooled and you're like half and half, you'd have to take an evaluation, which then you'd have to turn into the school so then they could say you passed your grade. And I got my evaluation June 7th, and she said I passed 10th grade, so I was super happy about that. I was like, I am free from this cage. I am going to have a summer now. It's great. Life's awesome. June was a great month for me. To be honest, it was one of the best months of this year. It always is, because the hype of getting out of school, and then I go to something at my church called youth camp. We call it youth camp. It's where, 4 churches come together. It's my church and then 3 other churches in the area that are sister churches of ours, because we're part of a ministry called Sovereign Grace. We all come together at our property, which is ginormous. And the guys have a tenting area, the girls have a tenting area. It's a lot of fun. It's 3 days. No, is it 4 days, Grace? Or is it it's 4 days, 3 nights.
Hey guys, so pretty much I was a stupid idiot and our camera turned off as we were going through the month of June. But basically what happens during youth camp is 4 days, 3 nights. We have tons of fun, there's tons of games, and then it also cut out Anya's part is when she said what her June was like. Her June was amazing. And she went to EMT, she left for Bulgaria, she had such an amazing time. I'll edit some pictures in here so you can see what her time was like. I know she loved it. I can't speak for her right now because I don't have enough time for her to send me in a video before I finish this. But yeah, so that was just our year in review, and then going into July, I start talking about in the next clip we have about the Boston team, which is one of the very first things I did in July, along with my birthday party, which I had a bit before that, and that was really good and really fun. So yeah, enjoy this next clip of after we cut off.
So Boston 18 came around, and oh, I cannot tell you the freaking hype the day we left.
Were there.
Oh yeah, the BBS girls. So the girls that were there, this past year just lifted me up so much, and I got to disciple them more and just really point them to God and show them the light and just really hang out. I even got to hang out with them one-on-one. And it was great, and then they were in my vlogs and everything. They were super excited, like, oh, you're a YouTuber, that's so awesome, and just, yeah, I love them to pieces. And the day, so it came down to the day we left. We say goodbye to them. We don't leave till Saturday, but we have to say goodbye to everybody at the church on Friday because we won't see them. We leave early Saturday morning. And when that night came around and I couldn't be there because I got so sick, I could not even tell you. Like, I was double over, my head was spinning, like, I threw up twice. My youth pastor came to me, he was like, look, Aliana, I think it's best if you stay. Here's my phone number, you can call me if you need anything, but I really think it's best that you just stay here and rest. And I'll leave, like, we weren't allowed to watch TV in our rooms because that was just a new rule he implanted because it became too much of a distraction. He's like, I'll even let you watch TV if you want, just get rest. I know you're really sick. I cried so much that night because I wasn't there. I would have cried anyways because I was so sad to be saying goodbye, but I just cried that I couldn't be there with them and even say goodbye to my kids that were in my crew. It was really, really hard for me. I called up my mom. I was like, Mom, I couldn't go tonight. I was so sick. I'm so sorry. Just please talk to me. I can't do this. I want to be there. And I even contemplated about, like, it was so close to our hotel that I could walk there in a matter of minutes. But I was like about to go downstairs, print out the directions on the map, and walk there. And I was so determined to go do it, but my mom's like, no, Aliana. She talked me out of it. She's like, no, Aliana, that's stupid. You could get yourself even more sick. And so I just sat there for I think I was about a few hours alone. It was like 3 or 4 hours. And I cried a lot. I watched TV. I cried more because I was watching a really sad movie, but a lot of tears were shed. But then when they got back, it was around 10 o'clock at night. I had fallen asleep a little bit, but I wasn't too asleep. And my friends came rapping on my door to have me let them in before someone with a key came, because our leader wasn't up yet and didn't have the key, and she was the only one with the key besides me. They came in. They just flooded me with so much joy. After that, they're like, here, your girls made these things for you, and they gave them, like, they made things for me to say goodbye. And after they knew I was sick and everything, they even wrote little notes about me being sick, saying we were praying for you. They gave me lots of hugs. It just made me cry so much to see how many friends I really had in those moments. You don't know who you have until you're hurting or they're hurting. And it was a wonderful time, and I left that trip so filled with just a good new understanding of who my friends were, who I was. As for the rest of the month, it kind of went slower, but more hype was built as a school year started coming around again. So yeah, that was my July.
July wasn't nearly as exciting for me as it was for her, but swim team finished up. We had the 4th of July ceremony in the park, which I hadn't been to in a really long time because my mom doesn't like crowds. So I was able to go with my cousins and go to the fireworks display and see my aunt. She's either my aunt or my great aunt. I think she's my aunt. I'm sorry. She was Queen of the Candles one year, and she got to come back and go and be on stage again as representing one of the years when she was crowned Queen of Candles. So that was really exciting for me because I got to see her and I got to be there with her in that special moment when she was there. I also got to see one of my all-time favorite people in concert, which is Lindsay Sterling. I got to see her and I was so happy and so mind-blown, and it was incredible and I loved her so much. As for July, that was that was pretty much it for my July. Still a really happy month. Got to do a lot of stuff.
So moving on into August. August was a really exciting year for me. Exciting year.
Month?
Yeah.
Wow. Your August lasted a while.
August was another good month. It was super fantabulous. My friend Grace invited me to go to Sabrina Carpenter for her birthday. I flipped out so much. That day, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you the hype.
It was the best night.
So fun. She looked at us, she waved at us. We were in like the 3rd row front. Oh, I cannot tell you the amount of happiness I came away from. Anyways, But yeah, that was just one of the best nights ever.
She's very passionate about Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, you have no idea. Oh, you have no idea. I'm like more passionate about, I'm obviously more passionate about Sabrina Carpenter than A Day to Remember, but I'm as passionate about Sabrina Carpenter as she is about A Day to Remember.
And I'm pretty passionate about A Day to Remember.
Yeah, like, it's insane. But yeah, that was August. And then my family went to Boston. Again! So I get to go for a second time, and I got to show my family the sights around the Boston city.